would like to nominate Carol Haas for Calvert County Most Beautiful Person Award.
I'm Carol Haas, and I'm at Project Echo Homeless Shelter, Prince Frederick, Maryland. I've been in Calvert since 2003. I lost my husband in 2002 in Richmond, Virginia. So a year later, I decided to move to a place I had never been.
Carol Haas is a true volunteer for Project Echo. Carol has been a volunteer at Project Echo for over 10 years.
I first found out about Project Echo probably around 2004 when I began attending St. Nicholas Lutheran Church on Plum Point Road. Project Echo brings me a sense of giving back and caring about those who are much less fortunate than I. My father was an old Scotsman. My father on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock said, "Okay, lass, come with me. You're going to learn how to give back." And every Sunday throughout my life until I went off to college, I would go with my father, and I learned what it meant to care about those who were not as fortunate.
Miss Carol Haas, she kept a promise to me that she would come back and volunteer, and many years later she still is doing that. Carol is behind me and pushes me to say, "You keep doing what you do."
Project Echo, people think of a homeless shelter and they get many different ideas and pictures in their mind as to what it means. It's not a soup kitchen. It's not a place where people are stacked up on cots beside each other. This becomes a home. Lori calls it Echo House and calls it a home for the residents because that's what it becomes. The kids go off to school, they come home, aunties and uncles and grandparents that they've never had before are sitting in here saying, "Hey, how was school today? What did you do? What did you learn?" They become family. Vision of Project Echo, number one, is to grow and expand into the community. I would love to say that someday we will not be needed in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if that'll be true, but that would be my fondest hope.
My name is Jeff Burrows. I'm the owner of Sport Clips Haircuts here in Maryland and in Delaware. And right now we're located at our company office on Skinner's Turn Road in Owings, Maryland.
In 2009, Jeff and his wife Robin opened their first salon and today own 20 Sport Clips locations. Each year they raise funds for the VFW's Sport Clips Help a Hero Scholarship program and serve as the primary sponsor of the Ageless Aviation Dreams Foundation, which provides flights of a lifetime to World War II and Korean War veterans. Supported initiatives for kids fighting childhood cancer like Nolan Strong, and helped with fundraisers for the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation.
The fire department with my family goes way back. My grandfather was a founding member of a local volunteer fire department in St. Mary's County. My son's now a paid fireman in Prince George's County and also a volunteer fireman. I am a member at the Huntingtown Volunteer Fire Department and also at this moment am the treasurer of the fire department, which I've been for the last several years.
He is a firm believer in the importance of giving back to his community and says it's an easy decision to help his employees, clients, and the community.
It's the little things that make the biggest difference in a child's life. A look of encouragement, a tender word, the sharing of one's talents and time. Sandy Arts does all these things each day for the students of Patuxent High School and the members of the Patuxent High School Band.
I was in the band from actually in junior high into high school in Allentown, Pennsylvania, where I'm originally from.
As an active participant in the Patuxent High School PTO, she ensures events run smoothly and lends a helping hand whenever needed.
My most rewarding part of volunteering with the Patuxent High School Band is the interaction that I get with the amazing high school students. The most challenging part, I would say, is having enough time in the day to get everything accomplished.
As president of the Patuxent High School Band, Sandy selflessly gives her time and energy to coordinate fundraising events, fit band students for their uniforms, chaperone all trips, and more. She gives so much to our community and truly makes it a better place for our children to grow and learn.
We are in the original station that was built in 1899.
Michael Sweeney keeps things on track at the Chesapeake Beach Railway Museum. Having been an active volunteer, board member, and board officer for several years, he is regularly called upon to offer his support, respond to matters, or fill in as a docent as needed.
My interest in the museum as a youngster, my father, who was a DC policeman, his father was a railroad engineer when he was growing up, and he always had an interest in trains. On Sundays after church, he would take myself and my brother down to Union Station in Washington, and we would watch trains.
Michael is also president of the Friends of the Chesapeake Beach Railway Museum, facilitating community outreach programs and providing an ongoing resource for the public. Because of dedicated volunteers like Michael, the museum has been able to preserve the fascinating history of Chesapeake Beach, the railway, and the amusement parks.
We get so many people from so many different walks of life, and they come down here, but what we hear overwhelmingly, 4 or 5 times a day actually, is people come in here and they'll look around and they say, you know, I haven't been here in so long. I came here as a kid. So many different people come in with so many different stories and stuff. It's fun to listen. It really is. I don't have enough paper to write down all their stories, but I would love to. It's like a living history.
Hi, I'm Karen Anderson, and we're here in Kings Landing Park near Huntingtown.
Karen Anderson truly exemplifies the adage that one person can make a difference in the world. Her love for Calvert County's natural heritage led her to become a volunteer in the Calvert Stewards, a partnership of Calvert County Natural Resources and Calvert Nature Society. There, she monitors barn owl nesting success, including the analysis of nest box contents, logs field data in her personally created data recording system, provides input on research goals for the Patuxent Barn Owl Collaborative Project, and most recently became the new Calvert County Project Manager. In every season, she is involved in bird studies organized by the Calvert County Natural Resources Division. Each fall, she helps with banding the northern saw-whet owls and conducts the annual Christmas bird counts in winter. When spring comes, she monitors the nests of bluebirds, wood ducks, and prothonotary warblers. She revamped the Battle Creek bird checklist and is developing one for Ward Farm Recreation and Nature Park. Karen volunteers with the American Chestnut Land Trust and as a Calvert County Master Gardener. Karen's can-do spirit and commitment to volunteerism make a difference wherever she goes.
My name is Les Manser, born in Portsmouth, Virginia, but grew up in the county here, Calvert County, in the 60s and 70s.
Les is an avid volunteer for the Linda L. Kelly Animal Shelter.
He has proven to play a huge part in the lives of the dogs that we shelter. Les was very eager to start volunteering with us. He was in fact our very first dog walker. You can see the love he has for the dogs and the love the dogs have for him. He plays an important role at the shelter by walking and socializing the dogs.
He volunteers on an average 25 hours every month. You can see the faces of the dogs light up when they see Les. They know it's playtime.
Love the dogs. They're just like kids. They have their own personality. They're all different, unique.
Les walks the dogs around the whole shelter so they can visit with all of the staff members. But it's not all fun and games. Les keeps a close eye on the dogs as well. He reported to staff that a dog named Daisy had a small bump on her side. After further examination, it turned out Daisy had a small tumor growing on her side. We were able to remove the tumor without any incident. Les has previously said that walking dogs and flying airplanes are his two passions in life.
We are so grateful that Les has chosen Calvert County for retirement and our dogs to walk.
Proclamations. Item number 2, National Night Out.
Whereas the National Association of Town Watch is sponsoring a unique nationwide crime, drug, and violence prevention program on August 6, 2019 called National Night Out.
Michael Moore has been heavily involved in his Calvert County community for years. He served as the first elected Calvert County Commissioner, Black Commissioner, from 1990 to 1994 and continues to serve today in many other ways.
I volunteer by example. I feel if I can encourage other men in the community to get involved, we need to stop complaining about the problem and be part of the solution. And be part of the solution is sharing our expertise, our concerns, and helping our youth to be better.
Michael monitors young boys and girls at the Yardley Hills Center and Patuxent Elementary School. He is a positive role model and mentor, encouraging African American youth to reach their fullest potential. Michael perfectly embodies the giving spirit and the true mission of the Concerned Black Men of Calvert County, Inc. to provide a holistic approach to services which support and strengthen the African American family and which specifically focuses on African American youth.
But we all need the partnership in helping our law enforcement agencies to reduce the crime in our community, and so our youth will have a better place to live and be prosperous.
Marjorie Finner donates a great deal of time to On Our Own of Calvert County, a peer-run wellness and recovery center that provides behavioral health support and advocacy and other recovery-oriented services to our local community.
I got involved in adult daycare 20 years ago. I was going to the network at the time, and then they asked me if I wanted to do volunteer work at adult daycare, and so I do.
Marjorie assists staff at the facility and clients themselves. She helps to keep the facility clean and neat, is friendly, participates as a board member, and discusses issues such as budget, trips, old business, and new business.
My boyfriend nominated me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good guy, huh?
Oh, yes. He's real good.
My name is Bobby Bonner. I'm the owner of Caney Creek Catering Company, and today we're at Real Life Church.
Robert Bonner has a loyal and enthusiastic following for the food truck company that he runs with his wife, Wendy. From weddings and birthday parties to food truck rallies and business affairs, Caney Creek Catering Company is known for their excellent customer service and delicious menu.
Caney Creek wants to reach out to the community. I want to be a successful business. I love to cook. I love doing food competitions, to go out and feed the needy and to help them knowing that they have a hot meal in their belly in a time of need.
Initially partnering with Farming for Hunger, Robert assisted the nonprofit in getting the food to the communities, teaching how to prepare it, making jams and jellies, and helping the men in the program learn food safety and preparation. He also hired 2 men from the Farming for Hunger program. Robert has partnered with several Southern Maryland churches to provide hot meals during food drops and loaned his trailer to Helping Hands to feed those in need. Robert believes his mission is to ensure children are fed, supported, and that they have a voice.
When I was in high school, I got accepted into 2 culinary schools. Decided to become an elevator guy because it was really good money, and now I'm just following my dream of cooking.
He has donated more than 2,500 meals to the needy and less fortunate, and he does it quietly, humbly, and with a caring heart. Lori Harrington is the president and treasurer of the Freedom Hill Horse Rescue.
When I first came to Freedom Hill, I was a Girl Scout leader, and I brought the troop to visit, and I learned about what Freedom Hill did, and I joined up as a volunteer, evolved into treasurer, then vice president, and the last 5 years as president. So I've been here for 15 years. Started in 2004 when we first began, and we rescued horses that were bound for the slaughterhouse from auction houses. And we evolved into rescuing owner assistance horses where they could no longer care for the horses. We work with animal control and seizures of horses that are in neglect or abuse cases. We bring in the horses and rehab them and hopefully find them a forever adoption home.
Thanks to Lori, Freedom Hill Horse Rescue was able to secure their current boarding facility at Hampton Plantation. Lori's kindness, caring, gentle guidance, and volunteer work is remarkable.
Okay, who got the first one?
Which one? The lover, torn between two lovers.
Yes, torn between two lovers.
Ellen Boyd is a woman of grace and compassion.
You want to try the shopping list, Connie?
Yeah, give me the shopping
It's all the words on this grocery list are misspelled, but there's only misspelled by one letter. So you only have to change one letter. Today was mental gymnastics, and this was started by our former director here. And when she left, everybody wanted to keep it going, so I said, okay, we'll keep it going. So we've been doing it ever since, and it's keep your brain sharp, get your thoughts going together, and working together, they cooperate with each other. So, and they just have fun. They have fun. I bribe them with a little bit of candy, chocolate, anything chocolate is fine. You know, if you come in without the candy, you'll be slaughtered. But they love it. They love it. Snickers, Snickers. Okay. Corn.
This was a family show.
Yeah, corn, people, corn.
Healthy aging is a critical part of community wellness, and Ellen volunteers her time and talents leading many programs that enhance all aspects of health at Southern Pines Senior Center.
And I think that's about it. The book club, the writing, the hospice group, the mental gymnastics. It's just fun. You know, I just appreciate this place and all the people here. And I think one of the saddest things is when people are alone and there's all this ability to come and socialize. But I think if we can make people feel welcome, and that kind of an environment makes this a really special place.
I'm Peggy Wilson. I'm a volunteer here at Anne-Marie Gardens, and we're in the John Murray Arts Building, which is the main gallery building for the garden.
Peggy has been volunteering for Anne-Marie Sculpture Garden and Art Center for over a year now.
We are privileged to have Peggy as one of our regular front desk volunteers.
Once a week, she handles admissions and greets all the guests that walk through our doors to tour our facility. She also comes to help us at our many eclectic events, where she's often involved with event prep, admissions, crafts, and themed activities, such as dressing in costume to read to children at our Fairy Festival event.
To see all of the creative fairy houses that people in the community work together on building the fairy houses, and it's really wonderful when you come and see what people can do.
Peggy always has a smile on her face and is always a joy to work with. We are very lucky to have Peggy as part of our volunteer team.
John Riedesel is an avid train enthusiast, and he has been a volunteer with the Chesapeake Beach Railway Museum for nearly 2 decades. During that time, John has made himself available to assist whenever necessary with annual programs and activities, and has served on the museum's board of directors.
Today I was reading a story in our Thursday morning summer children's program at the Railroad Museum. Look, there's even carrots coming out of the door. So his burrow is full of carrots.
John also recites a dramatic reading to the Polar Express each year to close out the season, which has become a huge attraction.
I got interested in the Railroad Museum because I have loved trains ever since I was a little child. But I think maybe I'll just say turtle, because that's the word we're more familiar with, I think.
He not only volunteers his time for regular programs at the museum, but also graciously fills in when needed with special group visits during the week and on weekends.
Volunteering really helps the community. You get to help the community, but you also help yourself, because it gives your life some meaning and purpose. So I need a place to sleep, Rabbit told Turtle. You could share my house, Turtle offered. Now, where do turtles live?
As a student, Lauren KLEIST could have been focused on friends and fun. Instead, Lauren's love of animals drew her to the Nature Center.
Well, I was excited about being able to work with all the beautiful and unique animals and getting to know new people and how they help out the community.
As a youth volunteer in the Calvert Stewards, a partnership of Calvert County Natural Resources and Calvert Nature Society, She exemplifies the truism that all it takes is one person to make a difference.
One of my favorite moments about working here at Battle Creek is probably holding baby king snakes. So they're eastern king snakes and they'll eat other snakes as food sometimes out in the wild.
In addition to the hours as a Calvert steward, she volunteers at the Chesapeake Church Food Pantry, the American Chestnut Land Trust, and the National Junior Honor Society through her middle school. Her commitment and dedication are true accomplishments. Lauren makes our Calvert Stewards program better for being part of it, and that makes Calvert County, and especially its natural resources, a better place for all. We're very proud to nominate her.
Awesome. Good work.
Cool.
You would take about 10 seconds to think about all of the people in your life who you love, and just kind of think about that for about 10 seconds. I just kind of want to quietly roll on it.
In Malcolm Funn's own words, we are endowed with talents and skills and are to use them or lose them.
My name is Malcolm Lloyd Funn, and presently we're located in the old Wallville one-room schoolhouse that's on the campus of Calvert Elementary School. This is the one-room schoolhouse that African American students were in the 1930s up until 1936. In college, I was a math and history major, so I have an affinity for history, and I thought this was a good thing to get involved in.
Like his father before him, Malcolm has dedicated his life volunteering in a variety of ways. He has served as a director of the Calvert County Historical Society, commissioner of the Maryland Commission on the African American History and Culture, director and team leader of Strong Schools Maryland, member of the Harriet E. Brown Commemoration Task Force, advisory council member at the College of Southern Maryland, president of the William Sampson Brooks High School Alumni Incorporated, member of the Closing of the Achievement Gap Coalition, vice president of the Calvert County NAACP, member of the League of Women Voters, and at Gideon's International. Malcolm has volunteered countless hours faithfully for a number of years, and for that, Calvert County is a better place.
One of the things that I feel is important, that we need to know our history for our culture and as a race, and it should not be forgotten. I spent 52 years with my soulmate, my wife, and she was a great influence. We worked and did things together in the community. She was a couple years older than I was, but that didn't make any difference when you love someone, you love them. And I still miss her. And at Cynthia Jones Funn, God is good all the time.
Amen.